Good evening, children. Good evening, children.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, children. I think last class you had taken 2 questions for homework, right? And this is the first one. Am I right? Did we do the sum in the class or was it? Yes, please open your book, look into your book. Look for this question. Okay, this is the earlier one. After this, we took up some standard questions. Okay, let's first one. See, we did this in the class. Last class.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then after that,
Yes,
yeah, we did this. We did this in the class.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, now after this, the third one was given as homework. I don't remember doing this in the class.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, now this.
Yeah, you get 3 and 4 as homework, mate.
Bal Harish, come again.
You gave 3 and 4 as homework, ma'am.
Yeah, correct. Thank you. Yeah. So what's the answer for the third one, children? If you have not worked this question as homework, please do it now. Quickly. Anyone in the class has completed this?
36.6, ma'am. 36.6, ma'am.
Bala Harish, 36.6.
Yeah,
Yes,
ma'am.
that's the right answer. Good. Since one student has done it, I'm going to show the answer. Okay, let me do one thing. No, I think it will be good if I give you 5 minutes time to complete this. Yes, children. 5 minutes, take 5 minutes, complete this answer. Make the figure correctly, that's very important. Yes, it's time. A tower is 50 meters high. Okay, so 50 meters high tower. A tower is 50 meters high. Its shadow. So from the foot, the shadow will fall from the foot like this. Its shadow is X meters shorter. When is it shorter? when the altitude is 45 degrees than when it is 30 degrees. So the shadow is shorter. See, x meter shorter, fine, okay. Shorter when the altitude is 45 degrees. When the altitude is 45 degrees, the shadow says from here to here. It's shorter means the shadow is longer. So that means when it is 30 degrees, the shadow is from here to here. So this is the x meters. This is the x meters. This is the length of, this is the length, let me call this A, B, C. AB represents the length of the shadow. AB represents the length of the shadow. This is the shorter shadow. So the shadow is shorter when the altitude is 45 degrees. See, the two shadows here are AB and AC. From the foot of the tower, AB is the length of one shadow. From the foot of the tower, AC is the length of the other shadow. AB and AC are the lengths. AB and AC are the lengths of the two shadows. So clearly AB, shadow AB is shorter than shadow AC. Shadow AB is shorter than shadow AC. It's shorter by x meters. So the difference, what is the difference between the two shadows? BC. BC represents the difference between the lengths of the two shadows. That portion is x meters. Shadow AC is x meters longer. Shadow AB is x meters shorter. Shadow or the length of the shadow AC is x meters longer than AB. The length of the shadow AB is x meters shorter than AC. So whether shorter or longer, the BC is x meters. Now if you call the top of the tower as D, let's take up the lines of sight. BD is one line of sight. BC is the other, or it's the rays of the sun. The sun's rays falling the ground and making this altitude, making this inclination with the ground or the sun's altitude. This is the sun's altitude or the inclination of the sun's rays with the ground. 30 degrees. Am I audible and clear, children? Oh no, not 30, 45. 45 degrees. Children, am I audible and clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. It's very clear that it is short. The sun's altitude, when the sun's altitude is 45 degrees, it is short. So this is 45 and this is 30 degrees. As you go towards the tower, the angle will keep increasing. It's like if you're here and you look at the top of the tower, the angle will be more. The angle will keep increasing as you go towards the tower. So this is the figure, children. It's so simple. This is the figure. Correctly, you can see the answer here. See, one thing is you should start with. It's not that you should do that, but it'll be convenient if you start with a triangle which has one angle in one side. One angle in one side. So if you take up triangle ABD, you know 45 degrees and 50 meters here. So you can easily find the other side AB. And it's a right isosceles triangle. ABD is a right isosceles triangle. So this side will be equal to this side. So straight away this is 50 meters. So the value of x is 36.6 meters. Please complete your answer. All right, this is the next question. Done, children? Holiday mode, so don't want to answer, is it? Children, is this over? Have you completed this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
See, this was the other question given as homework.
40 is the answer, ma'am.
40. Very
Yes,
good. Yes, you're right. 40 meters is the correct answer. Please write now, children. From the top of a building 60 meters high. From the top of a building 60 meters high. Give more importance to reading the question carefully, clearly. Just don't read from the top of the building 60 meters high, something like that. No point reading the question. Pause. Understand what you're reading. From the top of a building. So visualize that. Top of the building. 60 meters high. The angles of depression of the top and bottom of a tower are observed to be 30 degrees and 60 degrees. So there is a building, there is a tower. There is a building, there is a tower. Where is the observer? Top of the building. From the top of the building, what is he doing? He's looking down because angles of depression. So that means the tower is shorter. The tower is shorter. The building is taller. From the top of the building, he's looking at the top and the bottom of a tower, but both at angles of depression. Top of the tower also at angle of depression. So that means the tower is shorter. So this is the let this line segment represent the 60-meter tall building. 60-meter tall building. Now we don't know if the tower is taller than the building or shorter than the building. We don't know, right? Because the height of the tower is not given. That is what we have to find. So we don't know if the tower is taller than 60 meters or shorter than 60 meters. But the words and the information of the question give us a clear idea, give us a clear knowledge that the tower is shorter than the building. Because this is the horizontal, this is the horizontal, and he's looking down. The observer from the top of the building is looking down at the top of the tower. To look at the top of the tower, he has to look down. From the top of the building to look at the top of the tower, if the tower is higher, he has to look up. Then angle of elevation. The tower is shorter than the building. That's why he's looking down to see the top of the tower. So clearly, the tower is shorter. The horizontal line connecting the foot of the building and the foot of the tower. Top of the tower. This is the building. This is the building. This is the tower. Top of the building. Horizontal line. From the top of the building, top of the tower. Line of sight. Top of the building, bottom of the tower. Line of sight. Horizontal line of sight, angle of depression 30 degrees. Top is 30, you can see it in the question. Top is 30. Horizontal, this is the horizontal, this is the horizontal, this is the line of sight for the bottom. This is 60 degrees. Complete the triangle. Angle of elevation is equal to angle of depression, so this is 30 degrees. Angle of elevation equal to angle of depression 60 degrees. You see, if you see this triangle, you know one angle is 60 degrees and one side is 60 meters. Take this triangle first. Take this triangle first and you will find this one. You will find this one. And that supposing this is, since I know the answer, this is 50 meters. This is 50 meters. So the same 50 here. Now take up this triangle, which has 30 degrees in it. You know one side is 50 meters. You know this is 50. So you can find this side. You can find this side. So now we have to find the height of the tower. We have to find the height of the tower. On working, you find that the height of the tower is 40 meters. You'll get this as 20. You will get this one as 20. So the height of the building 60 minus 20 will give you the height of the tower 40. Children, please don't take a screenshot. Work it now. I'll wait for 5 minutes. Done, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, children, test. Try this one. For some tedious calculation, you may use a calculator, children, because we cannot spend 15 minutes for calculation. Please use a calculator for calculations. For this particular sum. You must have got one part of the answer. What is that? You must have found something by now.
Ma'am, I have found x equal to h by 1.96 by 26, ma'am.
X is equal to h by 1.9626. Okay. After that?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, and again I'm taking the another triangle, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Please take. Yes.
Ma'am, found height of the tower and distance of the first position up from the tower.
Height of the tower. Okay. Yes. What's the height of the tower?
91.66, ma'am.
91.66. You use calculator, right, for calculations?
What, ma'am?
Did you use a calculator for calculations?
Yeah, ma'am.
No. Okay. 91.66. Okay. Then what's the other one you had to find?
Distance, ma'am. First position from the tower. That is 146.7.
146.7. Can you share your answer on WhatsApp, Bala Harish? No?
Yeah, ma'am, I'll write in pen and I'll send him. I wrote in pencil. Ma'am.
That's okay. Fine. Just
Okay,
keep
ma'am.
on WhatsApp.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Your answer is right, Balahari.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, Srinivasan, whatever you have shared with me so far is right. .65 is the height of the tower. You need to also find the distance between the tower and the first point. I think you're still working that. Shreya, you're also right. Shreya Srinivasan. Balaharish, I don't know, 100 is equal to how? Explain that step. What is that 100 is equal to?
Ma'am?
You cross multiplied, huh?
Yeah, ma'am.
What is it? 100 is equal to what?
H divided by 0.6248.
Then minus?
H divided by 1.9626.
How did you get that?
Ma'am?
No, just explain that second step. Suddenly you've written that. I don't understand how you got that.
Actually, at starting itself, I tan 63 value 1.9626, ma'am.
Correct?
I substituted in that, ma'am.
No, the
Is
first
equal to
step,
H.
the first step is fine. Second step, how do you write 100 is equal to?
Wait, ma'am, I'll explain, ma'am. Actually, x plus 100 is equal to H divided by 0.6248, ma'am.
Correct.
I substituted x is equal to H divided by 1.9626, ma'am.
X is equal to h by 1. Okay.
1.9626, ma'am. And I cross multiplied, ma'am.
X is equal to what is it working?
What, ma'am?
X is equal to h by 1.9626. Where is that working?
That That I didn't write, ma'am. But I know, ma'am, tan C is equal to AB by BC, ma'am.
Okay.
And C is equal tan C is equal to 63 degree, ma'am. That's
Okay.
equal to H divided by X, ma'am. So X is equal to H divided by 1.9626.
Continue saying, yeah, okay. Okay, my doubt was suddenly how you got for a meaning that one calculation was missing. So I was like, how you substituted. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. Is this your next question, children? This is your next question. Please take down the question and start working the answer.
Ma'am, 1 second, can you show the last question's answer, ma'am?
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Children, one thing which I would like to mention is that we all know that the answers to these questions are available in the internet. Okay, so I have got on my WhatsApp, I received about 8 answers. 6 are unique. They have tried on their own, but 2 answers were identical. Exactly. So I just put my microphone on mute and I searched the answer on Google and I got the same working, same steps. I know it won't be nice on my part to mention the names. I don't want to do it, but whoever has done it knows. Please realize that getting the right answer in an inappropriate method is not going to help you. Let's use this opportunity. That is the opportunity you get in the class to work for improving our knowledge. Let's make mistakes now so that we don't do it in the exam. Please be true to yourself. Please be good to yourself. Do not repeat this. Exactly. And I know that it's not that I realized it only today. It's not that I realized it only today. So this all of us know. All of us know this. So I don't want to say anything ahead. Let's get back to this question. Arnav, you've shared your answer to question number 7. The angle of elevation of a stationary cloud from a point 2,500 meters above a lake. 2,500 meters, you have, what have you done with 2,500 meters? Let me see. You have not taken, you have, so I don't see the surface of the water and which is the, like which acts the surface of the water. Now, when it's on the land, we say ground level. So here the surface of the water, so water level. And then the observer is standing at a point which is 2,500 meters above the water level. So the horizontal line is different. But you have taken the surface of the water level as the horizontal line, which means, do you get me? since the observer is standing at a point which is 2,500 meters above the water level, the horizontal will be through his eyes and not the surface of the water. So your figure is incorrect, Arnav. So since your figure is incorrect, maybe your steps are, appropriate for the figure you have made. But since the figure itself is wrong, your answer is incorrect. Yeah, you mentioned that you cannot unmute and talk. So I hope you're listening to me and you got it correctly. Srinivasan, you too. Figure incorrect. Yes, children. Please share your answer. Have you completed? I can only help you with the figure, children. The angle of elevation of a stationary cloud from a point 2,500 meters, angle of elevation, stationary cloud, from where? From a point 2,500 meters above a lake is 15 degrees. So surface of the water, this line segment represents 2,500 meters above the surface of the water. So this is the position of the observer. The observer is not standing on the surface of the water. He is at a point, he is in a ship or whatever at a height of 2,500 meters above the water. surface of the water. This line segment represents the height of 2000 meters or 2500 meters above the surface of the water. This is the position of the observer. Cloud. Angle of elevation, line of sight. Line of sight. Isn't that the line of sight, children? Isn't that the line of sight?
Yes, ma'am.
Why have we done from here? We have not shown this line segment that represents 2500 meters. Maybe some of you have done it correctly. I'm just saying for the others who shared their pictures on WhatsApp. Why this is not seen? Okay, let me finish it fully. So see a surface of the water. This line segment represents the height of 2500 meters above the surface of the water. Cloud in the sky, stationary cloud, meaning it's there only, it's not moving. It's right, it's just there. And this is the line of sight from the eye of the observer to the point observed, line of sight. And why should we drop this? This is the altitude, or this is the height of the cloud. Why should we draw this line segment? Because this is the height of the cloud from the surface of the water. This is height, children, height. Okay, so why should we drop this? Why should we draw this line segment? Because this represents the height of the cloud from the surface of the water. Then why should we join this? Why should we join this? We should join this because this is the horizontal level. This is the water level. This is the water level. This is the eye of the observer. And so through his eye, this is the horizontal line. This is the water level. This is the horizontal line. And this is the line of sight. Angle of elevation, 15 degrees. 15 degrees. Angle of elevation, 15 degrees. Observer is there only, meaning he doesn't budge from the place. He is there. He does not take a new position. From the same point, he looks down into the water at the reflection of the cloud. So the cloud is reflected. Say this is the reflection of the cloud on the water. So this height will be equal to this height, because the distance from the water level to the cloud in the sky will be equal to the distance between the water level and the reflection of the cloud in the water. Like the mirror, the surface of the water acts like a mirror. So from the mirror to object in the sky, mirror to object, mirror to reflection, the distance will be the same. The distance between the mirror and the object will be equal to the distance between the mirror and the reflection. In the same way, this is the cloud, this is the surface of the water. This distance will be equal to the distance between the surface of the water and the reflection. Now from the same position, he does not move from the same, he looks up, he looks down. He looks up at the cloud in the sky and he looks down at the reflection of the cloud in the water. From the same position, so he looks down. This is the line of sight. This is the line of sight. This is the line of sight. And the same as the horizontal. The same as the horizontal. The angle of depression is 45 degrees. This is 45 degrees. If this is 2500, this one is also 2500. You can call this one X, or you can call it H or X, Y, whatever. So this full thing is 2500 plus X. So then this one is also 2500 plus X. This is also 2500 plus X. So this height, this height this one, this height will be this plus this, 2500 plus x plus 2500, because this is the this will be a side in the triangle where the angle is 45 degrees. This one, see, from here to here is 2500 plus x plus 2500, so 5000 plus x it will be. This one will be 5000 plus x. This full thing will be, because this is 2500. So this full thing will be 2500 plus 2500 plus x. So 5000 plus x.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, the answer is 5018.72.
No. No, Tirunesh. Every question, every other question is important. So in the same way, this question is also important. What doubt do you have in making the figure? That I'm ready to do it again. Working, we have done enough. You should be able to go through the answer and understand the steps. Because I told you there are only two methods. Substitution, equating. Any one of the two methods will give you the answer. Should I repeat the diagram? Even if one of you say yes, I'll do it again. How many of you got the figure right?
I have got.
You got the figure right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Others? All right. This is the answer. See if my working is correct, and if you don't understand something somewhere, ask me.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, that I have written as x minus 0.268x is equal to 0.732x. ma'am.
0 point. Where is it? Here.
Down, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
This one is incorrect.
Ma'am, it should come as 0.267x alone, no, ma'am.
0.26, huh? No, this is 1x, no? 1x minus 0.268x. 1x minus 0.268x is 0.732x. All right?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. You went wrong there?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, okay, good. See, now we found it. What did you write there? You wrote, you just wrote 0.268x, is it?
0.267x is equal to 1340, ma'am.
Oh, you subtracted one like that. Okay. So you've done this. 0.268 minus 1 you've done like this. It's not like that. Then you would have got a negative value, right? Minus, so you've just ignored that minus sign and gone ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So 1x is 1.000 and 0.268. 1 is 1.00000 and 0. So you know you'll have to place the numbers like this. Now 10 minus 8 is 2, 9 minus 6 3, 9 minus 2 7.0. Thank you, Tiranish.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So see, he really went through the answer and he was able to identify his mistake. That's what I want you all to do. Please go through the answer on the screen so that you can get your doubts clarified. All right. So the height of the cloud is 4,330.6 meters from the surface of the water. Yeah, I think we finished 3. Let's do the 4th one. So we're continuing with the standard questions. We did 3 the other day. I just showed you the 3 questions which we had solved the other day. From a window, h meters above the ground. From a window, h meters above the ground of a house in a street. So window. So street. H meters above the h meters above the ground. This is the ground. This is the ground. This is h meters above the ground. H meters. You can make it still bigger if you want. H meters above the ground. From a window, h meters above the ground of a house in a street. So this is the position of the window of the house. The house may be still taller. That's a different thing. The house may be still taller, but the house, there is one window which is spoken about here in the question. That window is at a height of h meters from the ground. That's all it is. The house may be still taller. The position of that particular window is h meters above the ground level. So from a window, the angles of elevation and depression. Angles of elevation. Oh, the observer is looking up at something. The angles of elevation and depression. So the observer from the window, he's looking up at something, and from the same position, he's looking down at something. He's looking up at what? The angles of elevation and depression. So angle of elevation of the top and the angle of depression of the bottom of another house. So there's another house on the opposite side of the street. So there's another house. There's another house on the opposite side of the street. The angle of elevation is theta. The angle of depression is phi. The angle of elevation is theta. The angle of depression is phi. So he's looking at the top of the other building or the other house. He has to raise his head. He has to look up to see the top of the other house. That means the other house is taller than the height of the window from where he's seeing. So from here, he's looking through the window, the top of the other house, elevation. So this is the line of sight. So this will be the horizontal. This will be the horizontal. Then from the same place, that is through the window, he's looking down at the foot of the bottom of the other house. The foot of the other house on the opposite side. From the same position, through the same window, he's looking at the foot of the other house on the opposite side. And this is angle of depression. The angle of elevation is theta. The angle of depression is phi. Horizontal line of sight, same as horizontal. This is the line of sight. Show that the height of the opposite house is 1 plus tan theta cot 5 meters. So we need to find the height of the other house. That is this height we have to find. But in this height, we already know this one is h. So we only have to find this one and add it to h. We have to find the height of the other house, which is this full thing, But of that height, we know that this portion is h. That's given. See, h, we have not marked h. H meters is given in the question, h meters. And you can see that there's a mistake in typing here. It should be h into. It should be h into here. It's h into 1 plus tan theta cot 5 meters. If you've written the question already, please correct it. It's h into 1 plus tan theta cot 5 meters. So this one is already H. So this portion is H. So we need to just find this portion and add it to H to find the height of the opposite house.
Ma'am,
Yeah?
ma'am, I have a doubt in the figure.
Yes.
Ma'am, the question is given that they're on the opposite side of the street, then shouldn't it be right and left like that?
Yeah, this is the, now we cannot make a 3D, right? So this is the width of the street. This is the width of the street. 1 minute. This is the width of the street. So if you take a house here and a house here, they'll be opposite to each other.
Okay, ma'am. I thought the houses are located on the either side of the window.
No, come again. You thought?
I thought that the houses are located on the either sides of the window.
Oh, either side of the window. No.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, this line segment is used to represent the width of the street. There is one house here. The height of the house is not known, but there's a window in this house which is at a height of h meters from the ground. On the other side, on the opposite side, there's another house. And that house is taller than the height of the window. That house is taller than this house. This house might be taller. But from this window, you have to look up at this and down at this. So we don't know about the height of the first house. We don't know about the height of the first house. The height of the window, the height of the window, the height of the window, the height of the position of the window, sorry, not window, a window is definitely smaller than the height of the opposite house. That's because from the window, he looks at the top of the other house at an angle of elevation.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Shreya, for the cloud sum, you have shared your answer. Your answer is right. Your figure is right. Your figure is correct. Good, Shreya. Here also, children, H is missing. To prove that, children, just H into. So why we use cot phi is, this is just a description about the figure and what we have to prove. So the two right triangles are AED and BED. So in right triangle BED, what do you see? Now which ratios to use? In a numerical situation, you can decide the ratio. Here, what ratios to use? Whatever ratios appear in the result. So in the result, we have tan theta and cot phi. So you have to use tan theta and cot phi. Whatever ratios appear in the result, which is to be proved, use the same ratio. So here for theta, it's tan theta, and for phi, cot phi. So in triangle BED, cot phi. Why cot phi? Because the result has cot phi. So cot phi is equal to, in this triangle, cot phi is equal to adjacent by opposite, y by h. Y by h. Now, how do we know that we should write it as y is equal to h cot phi? That's because y is the way, when you look at all the, you know, the expressions or the term or the different parts of this equation, you know that cot phi is needed in the result. You know that h is also needed in the result. But this y is not required. So we write y is equal to h cot phi. In this triangle BED, cot phi is equal to adjacent by opposite y by h. Cot phi is present in the final result. H is also present in the final result. Y is not needed. So we write y is equal to h cot phi. Now the other triangle AED, tan theta, not cot theta or sin theta or cosecant theta, because the result has tan theta in it. Theta is tan theta. So tan theta is equal to opposite by adjacent, so x by y. X by y. Now here, tan theta is present in the final result. X is not in the result, but we have to find x. We have to find x. X is not there in the final result. But we have to find x. How do you find the height of the opposite house? It's AB, which is x plus h. How do we find the height of the opposite house? The opposite house is AB. Its height is AB. The opposite house is represented by the line segment AB. So its height is AB, the length of the line segment AB. And how do you find AB? It's h plus x. H plus x. So you have to find x. You have to find x. So you should. So x is equal to, on cross multiply you get. So we need to find x. That means you, in the equation, you should have tan theta. You should have x because you're finding x, but you don't need y. You don't need y. You're deciding whom to retain and whom not to retain. You're deciding who should be present in the equation, who should be substituted. So here we write y is equal to h cot phi because we don't want y. We don't want y. Here tan theta is equal to x by y. Cross multiply, you get y tan theta is equal to x. Now what to substitute? You don't want x or you don't want y. X you have to find because h plus x is only the height of the building. H plus x is the height of the building. So you need the value of x. So you have to find x now. So x is equal to y tan theta, but this y is unnecessary. This y is something which we have introduced. So substitute for that. What is y? H cot phi. What is y? H cot phi. Instead of y, say h cot phi. Tan theta is equal to x. So now we found the value of x, or we found the expression for x in terms of those which are present in the final result. We found x. We have found x in terms of those which are present in the final result. So see, h is there in the result, cot phi and tan theta. So x is equal to h tan theta cot phi. Now find the height of the building. AB is equal to BD plus AD. BD is H, and you can use H because H you did not write. It was already given in the question. Plus X. X you should remove. Meaning you should write a different expression for X, which has the terms in the final result. So, and that is H tan theta cot phi. So H plus X. H plus X we found this H tan theta cot phi. Now H is common. So 1 plus tan theta cot phi. AB is equal to H into 1 plus tan theta cot phi meters, which is the height of the other house or the opposite house. You will find two things. You will find cot phi, you will find tan theta. You will find cot phi, you will find tan theta. With both these, what should you do? What should I find is the question which I should ask myself. What is my intention? What am I trying to find? AB. How to find AB? H plus X. H is H only. H you don't have to find. H is H. H is there in the final result. So don't worry about H. X is not there in the final result. So for X, you should find an expression which has the terms or the parts which are in the result. So you have to find X. So which of these two equations have X? Are you all listening, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you, children. So we are trying to find the value of X. H plus X. H is fine. H need not be substituted with any expression because H is there in the final result, and H was a variable or an unknown given in the question itself. So you don't have to find an expression for that. X. X is something which we have written, we have used, and that's not in the final result. So you should find X. H plus X is the answer. So for X, you should find an expression. In this one only we have X. So using this only you should find X. X is equal to Y tan theta. But I cannot get Y because this Y is something which we have used, and that is not there in the final result. So instead of Y we use H cot phi. H cot phi. So when you work this one, I told you write it as Y is equal to H cot phi because we don't want Y. Somewhere where we have Y, we are going to substitute with H cot phi. Then here when you work, you get Y. So substitute Y with H cot phi. And find X. And H plus X. H plus X we got H tan theta cot phi. H is common. So H into 1 plus tan theta cot phi meters is the height of the opposite house. Finished writing, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just write down the question, children. Don't try on your own. We'll do it together. Who wrote the question, children? Okay. The angle of elevation. Finished writing the question, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. The angle of elevation of a cloud. Oh, we just did this, no? The 2,500 meters. I think I will not explain the figure again. See you. Please take down the answer and then I'll explain.
Ma'am, can you show the question again for me? It was blank.
Yes, Arnav.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay, I think you'll have to take a screenshot and complete this later. I would just like to complete the explanation. So children, surface of the water, h meters above the surface of the water, h meters above the surface of the water. It's here actually, h meters above the surface of the water. This one. Cloud, You're looking at the cloud. This is the height of the cloud from the surface of the water. This is the height of the cloud from the surface of the water. This is the observer at a point h meters above the surface of the water. At a point h meters above the surface of the water. This is the height of the cloud from the sky. This is the height of the cloud from the surface of the water. And this is the line of sight. Horizontal through the eye of the observer. Angle of elevation is alpha. Now the observer from the same point, he looks down into the water to see the reflected cloud. So this is the reflection of the cloud. This is the line of sight from the eye of the observer to the object observed, line of sight. The same is the horizontal. The angle of depression is beta. The angle of depression is beta. We need to show that we need to prove two things: the height of the cloud and the distance of the cloud from the point of observation. Okay, so we need to first find the height. We need to first show that the height of the cloud is given by this expression. The height of the cloud is given by this expression. This is the position of the observer. This is the position of the observer. This is the position of the cloud. So the straight line segment connecting the observer and the cloud is the distance between them. When you have to find the distance between two things, it is the straight line segment that connects the two things. Height is different from the distance. Height of the cloud is always the height of the cloud from the vertical height. Height is always the vertical height from the ground level or from the surface of the water. Height is always vertical. Distance, when you have to find the height of the cloud, it's the vertical height from the cloud to the surface of the water. Distance is the length of the line segment connecting the 2 points. So when you have to find or show that the distance of the cloud from the point of observation is given by here 2h secant alpha by tan beta minus tan alpha meters. Distance is the line segment connecting the 2 points, cloud and the observer. So Z is what you have to find. From this figure, you have to find Z. Because cloud, observer. This is the line segment connecting the cloud and the observer. This is the line segment connecting the cloud and the observer. And that is Z. So we have to find Z. That's it. This Z is the distance. Z represents the distance between the observer and the cloud. H plus X. H plus X is the height of the cloud from the surface of the water. H plus X is the height of the cloud from the surface of the water. Are the two things clear? These are what we have to prove. Is given by some expressions. H plus X is the height of the cloud from the surface of the water. Z is the distance between the observer and the cloud. Now we have to use these ratios. We have two angles, alpha and beta. We need to use tan alpha and tan beta for the first results here because this is made up of tan alpha and tan beta. And for the second result, we'll have to use secant alpha. Apart from tan alpha and tan beta, we need to use secant alpha also for the second one. Whatever ratios you find in the result, same you'll have to use in your working. So for the first one, height of the cloud, you'll have to use tan alpha and tan beta. But for the second one, the distance, you'll have to use secant alpha also. Secant alpha also. Now, Since you know you have to use tan alpha and tan beta, let's begin. Tan alpha is equal to opposite by adjacent. Children, I'll finish explaining this and then we'll wind up the class for today. Please listen carefully. Tan alpha, look at the triangle where we have tan alpha is equal to x by y. So the line segments which are used in this ratio, you have to use some variable, use some unknown and call them. So I have used x and y. See, you might wonder, how do I know that I have to mark off these line segments? Don't mark. When you write tan alpha, you know that you have to write something by something. Mark them. Mark when you need. You might not know. See, I'm just you by now you'd have understood, but just in case you still have a doubt, don't worry. When you write tan alpha, you have to write something upon something, right? So you don't know the length of that line segment. Call it x. Opposite, you don't know how much it is. Adjacent also, you don't know how much is it. So how much it is. So x by y, a by b, whatever. And to find the height of the cloud, which is h plus x, h is already given in the question, so h can remain. X should not be there. What is the height of the cloud? H plus x. H is already given in the question, so x is what we have to find. We have to find x. So see here, tan alpha is equal to x by y. So we write y is equal to x by tan alpha, because where we have y, we are going to replace that with x by tan alpha so that we can find x. In the other triangle, when we use tan beta, in place of y, we will write x by tan alpha. So we'll work that and find x. We don't want y, because height of the cloud is h plus x. I want an expression for x. I don't want for y. So if I want for x, I should retain x. So I write this one as y is equal to x by tan alpha, so that in the next triangle, in place of y, I'll use x by tan alpha and I'll solve and find the expression for x. So this is the other triangle. Tan beta is equal to tan beta from here to here, opposite. So this portion is h plus x. This is h plus x plus h. This whole thing, this one is h plus x. So h plus x by adjacent y. This is the triangle. So don't see this one. This is not there. This is the triangle. This one is a triangle. Sorry. This is the triangle where this is h and this one is h plus x. So for beta, this is the opposite side. H plus x is the opposite side. By adjacent is y. On cross multiplying, you get y tan beta is equal to 2h plus x. Now you know you don't want y. So instead of y, using 1, instead of y, we write x by tan alpha. Instead of y, see here, instead of y, x by tan alpha. See here, x by tan alpha. This tan beta as it is. Instead of y, using 1, instead of y, we write x by tan alpha. And this tan beta as it is equal to 2h plus x. That's all. Once you write this, you should know what you're working for. You're working to find x. So you must gather all the x terms on one side. So see here, I've brought this x here because there are 3 terms in all. In all, there are 3 terms, of which 2 are x terms. So have the x terms on one side, x tan beta by tan alpha and minus x is equal to 2h. Then LCM, tan alpha is LCM. So you'll get x tan beta minus x tan alpha is equal to 2h. X is common in the numerator. Cross multiply 2h tan alpha, and x is common in the numerator, because when you're trying to find an expression for x, there should be only one x. So take out x common. Tan beta minus tan alpha in the bracket is equal to, on cross multiplying, 2h tan alpha. So x is equal to 2h tan alpha upon tan beta minus tan alpha. So we found the expression for x. And you can see the expression for x has h in it, which is in the final result, has tan alpha in it, tan beta in it. All these are there in the result. So we have found the appropriate or the correct expression for x, which does not have y in it. The expression for x does not have y in it. It should not have y. Now the height of the cloud is h plus x. The height of the cloud is h plus x. So h is h plus x instead of x. Then it's just LCM. Tan beta minus tan alpha is LCM. So just taking the LCM. And then here tan beta minus tan alpha plus 2h tan alpha. All these terms, these three terms. H into tan beta, h into tan alpha by tan beta minus tan alpha. Now like terms. Minus h tan alpha plus 2h tan alpha. Plus 2h minus h is h. Plus 2h minus h is h, like plus 2a minus a, plus 2a minus a, plus 2a minus a is a. So plus 2h minus h is h, h tan alpha. Simplifying the like terms. This minus h tan alpha and plus 2h tan alpha. On simplifying these two, we get h tan alpha. And this one which is already there, h tan beta by tan beta minus tan alpha. So the height of the cloud, we've been working the height of the cloud because we started with h plus x. So the height of the cloud is h common in the numerator, tan beta plus tan alpha upon tan beta minus tan alpha meters. Now the second one is to prove the distance between the point of observation and the cloud. And for the second one only we have this new ratio secant alpha. So let's work see when you work tan alpha and tan beta, you will get the same thing. So don't work them again. Don't work tan alpha and tan beta. You already have tan alpha and tan beta. So the new one is secant alpha. Work that secant alpha. Work secant alpha. So what is secant alpha? What is secant? It's a reciprocal of cos. Cos is adjacent by hypotenuse. So this will be hypotenuse by adjacent. So this will be hypotenuse by adjacent. Hypotenuse by adjacent. Secant alpha. Hypotenuse z by adjacent y. Z by y. Z by y. Now you have to find z. Z is a variable which you have used. But you have to find z only. You should get the answer as z is equal to. Z is equal to. You have to find z, the distance between the cloud and the observer. You have to find z. Z is equal to is what you have to find. So z should remain. Z should remain. On cross multiply, see, secant alpha is a new ratio, so we use that z by y. Cross multiply, you get z is equal to y secant alpha. Z should remain. Secant alpha should be there in the result. This y I don't want. I don't want y. So you don't want y. What do you do with y? Introduce x. Y here you can see y is equal to x by tan alpha. Y is equal to using 1 x by tan alpha. Y is equal to, so instead of y, write x by tan alpha into secant alpha. Now what is x? X also you don't want. The final result does not have x also. So now what is x? X is here. X is here. 2h tan alpha by tan beta minus tan alpha. 2h tan here instead of x. The secant alpha you can see here. This tan alpha you can see it here. Tan alpha. This is x. This is x. 2h tan alpha by tan beta minus tan alpha. That is x. And then secant alpha and tan alpha you can see it here. See here. The secant alpha and tan alpha you can see it here. Secant alpha. Tan alpha. You can see them here. Instead of x, First, instead of y, you wrote x by tan alpha. Now you don't want x also. In this result, you don't want x. So what is x? 2h tan alpha by tan beta minus tan alpha. 2h tan alpha by tan beta minus tan alpha. This is x. Then tan alpha in the numerator and tan alpha in the denominator gets cancelled. Tan alpha in the numerator and denominator, they get cancelled. So you have 2h secant alpha. 2h secant alpha by tan beta minus tan alpha. So that z is equal to 2h secant alpha by tan beta minus tan alpha. And what is z? Z represents the distance between the cloud and the point of observation. So z meaning the distance is equal to 2h secant alpha by tan beta minus tan alpha. You can say the distance between the cloud and the point of observation. That's what it is. The distance between the cloud and the point of observation is 2h secant alpha by tan beta minus tan alpha. Take a screenshot of this one, children. Please complete this and then submit your classwork. Class, use the emoji. Raise your hand. Priyadarshini, Thirunesh, Shruti, Shreya, Balaharish, Hariharan, Muttuvel, Arnav, Sudarshan, Srinivasan, Priya, Lakshita, Nafi, Aksharam, Rakshan, Anish and Subiksha. All right, children, good. 16 out of 17 have used the emoji. Anish also, I'm sure you're there. All right, children, so that's it for today's session. Thank you so much. Please submit your classwork. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you, children. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.